Is Chesapeake finally shifting away from a seller's market? With increased inventory, prices remaining steady, and interest rates holding firm between 6.5% to 7%, this may be the market that buyers have finally been looking for to get an edge in Chesapeake. Let's break it down. So like I said before, this video is focused on breaking down the market statistics for Chesapeake and its neighborhoods to help you make an informed decision on whether you should buy or sell in Chesapeake based off the current data information that's provided here in this presentation. Let's get into the numbers. The market overview by the numbers. There's roughly 1,700 active listings in Chesapeake as of the recording of this video. All right, that was a 5.2% increase in inventory from June 2025, and it's a national trend showing a 28.9% year-over-year inventory rise. The median home price for Chesapeake is about $450,000 to $475,000. It's mixed numbers depending on where you get your information from, but it's a modest 1.2% month-over-month increase in price from the June month. Makes sense, right? July is probably the highest selling time point during the summer, or of any time of the year for any housing market, is when most homes are sold, as people try to hurry up and move and get their kids into new school zones, or if you're military, PCS and out of the area. The summertime is a high PCS time. The average days on market is 24. I've seen it upwards of 45 days on the market. Just really depends on your price point and also what the interest rates are at the time, which is currently average around 6.75% for the month of July. So that's around in between 6.5 to 7%. So what that is telling us that it's shifting more towards a balanced market as inventory increases and interest rates remain steady, making affordability for Chesapeake, which is the higher price point area in Hampton Roads, less affordable for first-time home buyers and even some move-up buyers. The shift in dynamics, like I said, year over year, the price of gradually, dramatically at some points increased for the city of Chesapeake, but the inventory now is starting to match that increase in home prices. And when inventory goes up and home prices come, then that's when you kind of start reaching towards equilibrium, like something has to change in order to make affordability work in order to get your property sold. So persistent higher mortgage rates are not helping out either, with hovering around 6.75% on average. That means it's turned into a longer negotiation period between buyers and sellers as they try to negotiate the price. And if they can't negotiate the price, well, now they're trying to negotiate some repairs and other concessions, or maybe even some closing costs just to help them be able to afford to pay for or buy or close on that home. But either way it goes, right? If you're willing to do what it takes to get your home sold, this could create a great opportunity for you as a seller, as other sellers are just going to remain firm on their price and the condition of their homes and not do anything about it. From a buyer's perspective, increased inventory means you have way more options, right? If you have way more options, then that means you can possibly have an opportunity to find the home you want and not just settle. Now, the interest rates are still remaining at 6.75% as a whole, right? You can actually buy down points and stuff like that, as I'll discuss here a little bit later on, to actually make it more affordable if you have the cash on hand. The best thing to do is to get pre-approved as soon as possible, to know what your budget is. Not necessarily how much house you can afford, but how much can you afford on a month-to-month basis, right? When you base it off a month-to-month basis, it really doesn't matter what the price of the home is or the interest rates are. And also, you need to make sure that you're working with an agent that's familiar with the area, the school zones, and things like that to find that perfect house for you at that perfect price point. Now, seller opportunities. Homes are still selling at 25 days, right? If it's priced right, the conditions right, and the location's right. Right? There's three things that sell a home: price, condition, location. There's one thing you can't do anything about, and that is the location. So you need to focus on your price, and you need to focus on the condition of the home. Competitive pricing is going to help you get it sold, right? If you want that top dollar for your home, well, you should expect to sit on the market a little bit longer, right? They kind of go hand in hand. I can give you two timelines. This is the timeline for price. This is the timeline for days on the market. As the price increase, days on market increase. Price decrease, days on market increase. It's basically based off affordability, right? Now, if you got that house that just pops in great condition, people are willing to pay a little bit more for that home. And this also should build some type of competition as you compare your homes against other homes on the market. So if you have the funds to upgrade some things, then you might want to look into doing that. The key to success in this market is working with an agent who understands those conditions for pricing, selling, marketing, advertising, and driving as much traffic and getting as many eyes on your property as possible to help facilitate finding a buyer that's perfect for your home, that's willing to pay the price that you would like them to pay for your home. So we're going to talk about a couple of neighborhoods. I know there's more, but based off of the location of these neighborhoods, you should be able to get an idea about where your home sits on the market. Greenbrier, the median home price is about $485,000, which is an 8.2% year-over-year up change. So it went up almost 8.5% in price from it was this time last year. Great. Average days on market, 18 days on market, right? Greenbrier, average price point, median price point, is about $422,500. But it's about a 2.7% increase from year over year. About average days on market is 21 days. Western Branch, $438,000. It's actually down. The price is actually down year over year, about 3.4% for Great Bridge. But average days on market is still sub 30 days, so that's still good. Deep Creek, average price point $375,000, up by 0.53% from year over year. 29 days on market, still sub 30, right? And Hickory, $527,000 price point, up 9.1% year over year. Average days on market 16. There's other places we could throw in there like Grassfield too that hovers around the Hickory numbers, maybe a little bit more on the median price and maybe a little bit more year over year change in average days on market. But when you get to the higher price point, sometimes the days on market goes up. If you this information, if this is helping you make a decision, if you need help making a decision based off these numbers to find out what's the best options for you, whether to buy or sell, or based off of this location, should you look into buying a home in those areas, please reach out to me. Let's come up with a strategic plan for you to make this help you make an informed decision on whether now is the right time to buy or sell your home. Hell, you may have to sell your home if you're PCS out of the area, but if you're sitting on a low interest rate, keeping your home as a rental property is an option for you. So let's talk about it. You can reach me. My information is in the description below in this video, and I look forward to talking with you and chatting with you and find out what's the best option for you and your family. All right, so mortgage rate trends and projections. The bottom line is nobody knows. We can talk all day about politics, whether the big beautiful bill is going to affect interest rates, whether the Feds are going to lower or drop the rates based off inflation in the market. No one really knows, and everyone has been wrong almost on every account. So knowing that, you can kind of have some predictability, right? We know that's going to be around 6.5% to 7% range, probably for the remainder of 2025. Not for sure, but let's just go off of that. All right. Then if you know that, you can come up with a strategic plan on what's your buying power. And if it drops lower than that, great. But here's the thing though, if you're a buyer and interest rates drop below 6%, there's going to be a flood of buyers to the market, which is going to raise the price and the competition on homes that's available. So just keep that in mind. You may want to find a home that you can get an interest rate, and when the interest rates drop, refinance it to that lower interest rate, because at least now you're not competing for the home. At least now you don't have to pay all your closing costs possibly. You don't have to outbid someone. You don't have to negate home repairs. You don't have to negate getting a home warranty in order to win that home, right? I'd rather you, if you're going to buy it, get it now at the higher interest rate, and when interest rates drop below 6%, drop below 5%, you refinance it because you already got the home and you don't have to compete, and now you have a lower payment. Keep your credit score strong and keep putting that money to the side, right, if you need to. Have that available funds ready to go when it's time to close on your home. So what's ahead? Well, you can expect going into quarter 3 and quarter 4 that the inventory is going to increase. Prices are going to stabilize because, well, we're going into the fall and winter months, and that's normally traditionally year over year the lower times when there's buyer activity and seller activity on the market. Most people move during the summer because it's PCS season for military, and or they're trying to get their kids into a new school zone before the school starts. So that's pretty much wrapping up for the year. The price stabilization should stabilize. There shouldn't be too much more dramatic price increases. Up to 3% just depends on the area you're at, and then how much people are moving in the area or how many people have to leave out of the area. Like I said, real estate is a hyper-regional environment as far as pricing and trends. We're kind of boxed in because we're a very large military area, so people will be moving in and out of the area all year round regardless of what's going on in the rest of the market. But right now, you can expect it to be pretty balanced as far as buyers and inventory and sellers when it comes towards the fourth quarter of 2025, going into the winter months, reaching into 2026. I already mentioned some of these things for buyers. Get pre-approved, understand your budget, and then look for and understand that the rise in inventory could benefit you, right? So if you're looking to buy a home here and you're low on funds, but you have great credit and low funds, you should probably look for those homes that's been on the market in excess of the average days on market. Generally, those sellers are willing to offer concessions, meaning closing cost assistance, letting you negotiate repairs and things of that matter, or quick closing or extended closings, things like that if you're not moving into the area for a while. And the caveat to that, sellers who want to sell their home may be able to offer like incentives for closing cost assistance, home repairs, home warranties for things like that. If it's the inventory is increasing, that means you're going to have increased competition. So your home needs to pop, whether that's professional photos, walkthrough tours, curb appeal, keep your yard maintained. Take some great photos of the home now while you still have grass and greenery before we hit the winter and late fall months, where then your grass is not really green and not growing, and then your home don't really pop, so people can't get an idea of what it could look like once spring comes around, once summer comes around. So take some great photos now to use those if you're going to go ahead and put your home on the market during the winter. Or you're going to have to use AI images to add green grass and things like that. If the home is going to be vacant, you should consider staging it and or using artificial intelligence to stage the home. Some people just doesn't have the vision to see what a vacant home looks like, and you do not want to be paying a mortgage on a vacant home. Trust me. All right. Maybe selling the home won't be for you. Maybe if you have a low interest rate, you want to keep your home and you're moving out of the area, reach out to me as well. We can talk about property management and getting a rental on there and starting your real estate investor dreams and goals. All right. So, like I said, let's connect, right? If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Chesapeake, I'm actually stationed out of Chesapeake at my Iron Valley Real Estate. My office is in actually downtown Chesapeake, so I'm an expert on Chesapeake. I own a home out here in Chesapeake in the Deep Creek area, so I know the area very well. I know the school zones very well. Also, if you're thinking about selling, I know I pretty much got the pulse on the market out here, what's selling, what's not, what's getting home sold, how to market your home to potential buyers, and how to get the most eyes views on your home in order to get the highest value dollar for your home in the quickest amount of time with less stress to you and your family. If you're buyers PCS in that area, please reach out to me. I do video tours. I could be your boots on the ground. We're looking for a home before you get into the area. Other than that, I hope this information has been helpful for you. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And until next month's market update, have a blessed day. If you would like a PDF version of this market report, please shoot me a text message. I'll be sure to get you the information right away. If you're planning on making a move, let's connect. I'll use this information and other information to help determine if now is the best time for you to buy and sell in Chesapeake. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and share with anybody you know that might be looking to buy or sell in the Hampton Roads area. Have a blessed day.